to the on to the
On air, underground.
yeah, boom, straight from the underground.
Last week, Kelly went down to Cleethorpes to record an interview with a grime artist from there, who was unexpectedly taking the charts by storm, Lazy.
Underground.
Bump your stereo to the heavy boom sound.
This is BBC
Radio 1
Extra.
Hi guys, pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, it's great to be on.
So, Lazy, your latest album is banged in the sales charts. Why do you think this is?
Yeah, Sunflowers and Concrete, that's gone sky high. You know, it's an album going through my childhood, my upbringing. You know, there's a lot of racism in London around these times, around sort of the lower parts of the area. Things you see quite common in school. All the white boys, you know, they try and think they're better, which, you know, I've been around the country on tour with this album, which has been honestly amazing, meeting people. You don't get that around other places, so this is something I wanted to bring across in this album, was just sort of like the impact of the level of racism we get in that area, and trying to like put that across to the rest of the people across the country.
That's true. Your album's enlightening. I especially like one track, Mine Is Yours. I really feel connected to you through that track. What inspired you to write it?
Mine Is Yours is a song, what it is, it's all about the relationship between me and my mother. So, you know, she's a wonderful woman, and she gives everything she can to her kids, bringing them up the best way she can. And basically what she'd tell me when I was a little boy at night, you know, she'd be putting me to bed, she'd be saying, what's mine is yours, this home, you know, my food. Because it was a struggle, it was tough times. It was tough times in that area with sort of, you know, everything going on around those times. It's getting better with time, I would admit that. But during, you know, my younger years, our family was a very close thing. We had to share everything, you know. It's a line from the song, the same bathwater. You know, it's not nice. We had to share everything. Times were tough. So what's mine is yours. Yeah, it was just a thing she'd always say, and it's the same. It's just sort of close to me.
That's really heartwarming. We've been getting pretty deep here, but there's been some serious allegations if you're having a ghostwriter. Do you have anything to say on this?
The thing is with ghostwriters, man, they can't put across your own hardships from life because they haven't lived your life. They've had their own background. A lot of ghostwriters, you know, because I've known many people in the industry, and I've talked to people about ghostwriters. I'd never use one, always been against them. But I've heard a lot of things. A lot of ghostwriters, you don't realise this, they all have pretty good qualifications. They've gone to unis all around the country. So they've had, you know, from my point of view, fairly privileged upbringings. They don't know the hardships of living in South London with the colour of my skin, the things that happen in that time, in that place. They can't put that across in a song in the same way that someone who actually knows it can. And the thing is, you get a ghostwriter. They write something fairly decent. They can do that. It's never going to be that amazing, but they can do that. But if it's not true to yourself, and it's not exactly what you would say, then you can't put your heart and soul into the song, into the track. You know, never use them. And people that say that, they can just get out of this park, bruv.
Cameo.
There's nobody better, baby.
This is BBC
Radio 1 Extra.
Now that was one hell of a fan encounter.
It was one hell of an interview. Now we have to move on to the weather.
Radio 1 Extra.
We start with the local weather. Here in Manchester, we are experiencing torrential downpour and extremely strong winds. There is snow from Edinburgh, and there is a collection of stormy rain clouds coming down from the northwest, sweeping across the central part of the country. There is light at the end of the tunnel though. There is sun in Cardiff and making its way up towards London. In a nutshell, typical January weather. Just a quick reminder to listen out for Labyrinth's Earthquake if you want to win our competition for a signed vinyl of JME's album Integrity, and tickets to see him and Boy Better Know perform in Manchester.
Next up for you on UK Grime is Skepta with Shutdown.
You with a shutdown, eh? Trust me, daddy.